Do I look good?
Yeah, you look fine. Yeah, looks fine. Here we are, episode 3. Welcome to the Trap Talk Rats All podcast. Is my philosophy with Socratis in front of me. Very own Socratis. How you doing, buddy?
Fantastic. Excellent. How about yourself?
Man, I just want to say you are very inspiring. You're doing a lot of work, a lot of grinding on your end. How's the new launch of Space been going?
Couldn't be more blessed. Amount of people and the energy and vibration of the people that are coming in there. It lights my soul. It lights my heart. I know that I'm in the right space. I know I'm doing the right thing. Listening to my intuition. I mean, it's gone 10,000 times better than I expected.
Before we get into episode 3, please do me a favor. Head over to Instagram and YouTube. Go give my man a follow. He's My Philosophy or Socrates on YouTube, on Instagram. Go follow your boy Trap Talk God 619 on Instagram. Yeah. And then also make sure you hit that subscribe button, notification bell. That way you're on top of every single one of these series.
So today we're going to talk about Herology. The first year we're going to go over things that I've learned through Heroic and the things that I've learned from Brian Johnson, one of my mentors. Herology. And the first thing we're going to talk about is eudaimonology. So eudaimon means having a good soul. Eudaimonology is a study of a good soul. I'm going to give you guys tools that you're going to be able to use throughout your journey, make your life easier. Okay, so we want to think like a warrior, like a monk almost. A philosopher back in the day meant that he was a protector. Philosopher, having strength for two, being able to go through the difficult things, having your handbook or having the things that you've learned as your weapons. Life does throw you challenges. You're able to open up your toolbox, wherever you need to go and pull out whatever it is that you need to pull out to handle those challenges. Go up with intensity every day. That's one of the biggest things. You want to pay attention to the small things that are happening, micro transactions, and a lot of people are paying attention to the bigger picture, but it's really the small things that matter. You do anything is how you do everything. So be aware of that. Embarking on your quest. So you are a hero going on your journey. Imagine yourself, you wake up going on this journey, just like in all the movies, all the stories people read. A movie is boring if there's nothing going on. There's somebody, they get awoken, they're going on this quest and they're battling dragons. They come back home, different person, and they're able to share the wisdom and knowledge. Doesn't mean that they're exonerated. It just means that bigger, they're wiser, they're stronger. Now they're going to get to go on another hero journey. So the cycle always repeats. You're just getting stronger. You're wiser. More problems, bigger problems, but you have bigger opportunities. So when you acknowledge that, you're playing a different game. We talked about purpose. Everybody has the same purpose, but many different missions. To be the best version of yourself possible, and then finding out what it is that you're able to do to help and serve others. Once you find that, you're going to start living in integrity with yourself and who you are. So embracing your heroic quest. A lot of times we want to step back and see the bigger picture. A lot of times things happen to us and we blame, say we're the victim. All honesty, if you just look at, you take space and time, okay? And you're going to see that whatever's happening, these big challenges in your life, in the bigger scheme of things, nothing. If you out of the earth and step to the moon and you're looking down at the earth and you see earth, how far away you are. Imagine and looking, how big is your problem looking from the moon into earth? Not big at all, right?
Right.
Now imagine if you take your hand and you scoop up the earth and you travel all the way to the sun. The sun is 93 million miles away from the earth. Now look into the earth. How big is that problem that you've put so much emphasis on? Then go ahead and take that earth and then throw it into the sun and watch the sun engulf it. You need to do that 1.3 million times. 1.3 million Earths fit in the sun. 1.3 million, I mean, can you even fathom that?
Crazy.
1.3 million Earths in the sun.
I never knew that. A real interesting fact. I knew the sun was huge, but
now if you take a sewing needle, the little, where you put the
hole in the hole.
Yeah. If you take that hole, go to the darkest part of the sky and look through it, and you take the Hubble telescope and you look through that little pin, it can see 3,000 Milky Way galaxies. Imagine that.
That's
so look at that space and really, and now focus on the size of your problem. Does your problem look that big? Fit 3,000 Milky Way galaxies through a pin needle. Just crazy. Time, the universe was created 10 billion years ago. 10 billion. I believe the Earth is 5 billion. Earth was developed 5. So look how much time it's taken for you to be here and all the evolution that came out of it. So when you're having a difficult time, if you're able to pull yourself back out of there and go all the way back in time and space and really focus and know that your problems are not that big, and it's how you perceive things and how you handle things. Again, we are all human and we're not perfect. To acknowledge that, now you're able to handle challenges in a totally different way because there's no perfect human and we have to make mistakes. So now my mind is changing the way I handle certain problems. One of the biggest things is also with time is put yourself 20 years in the future or 10 years in the future. Look back on your problem that you're having now, financial, whether it's a spouse problem, whether it's a job problem, and you're probably going to see that problem is what made you break free, and now you're living your best life possible. Through those challenges is kind of what made you who you are 20 years from the future. Able to see that and embrace that and think about that, you're going to be able to respond differently. So right now I'm just trying to help you handle certain problems. I want to give you guys tools so you can use it on any problem that you've had in life. One of the biggest things is I have a compass to guide me daily. North, south, east, and west, and then you have the side points as well. North is having the wisdom, so to be able to take on the day. South is self-mastery, having the wisdom to take on the daily challenges every day. On east side, I have love. On the west side, I have courage. Me courage to do the things that are challenging. On the sides, I have gratitude, being grateful for everything that I have in my life. Hope, knowing that my future is going to be amazing because I'm going to do everything that I can today to make it so. Hope is one of the biggest things. Having hope is what drives people further. If you don't have hope that your future is going to be better than today, then remember we talked about the mice that died in the water because they had hope. They were able to go 60 hours, not 15 minutes.
That's right.
So having hope that your future is going to be amazing is going to make you push yourself even further. Curiosity, being curious to know what works and what needs to work, and for you putting in the work. And the last one is zest, being zesty, feeling good about yourself. You need to know it's great to be a perfectionist. There's actually two types of perfectionists. There's the healthy perfectionist and the unhealthy perfectionist. And the unhealthy perfectionist doesn't embrace the difficulties of reality, the constraints of reality. Thinks that everything needs to be perfect. I'm going to go do this job. It needs to be perfect. I'm going to buy these snakes. I'm going to breed these snakes. It's going to be perfect. I'm going to do 50 clutches, whatever it is, without any challenges. We know that there is no perfect human. And the only way to grow and evolve is through time and through challenges and through growth. So you're either going to have a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. A healthy perfectionist is somebody that embraces the constraints of reality, knowing that things are always going to come up. How can we maneuver through it and then find out what needs work and go do that work? Tony Robbins says, perfection is the lowest possible standards. Perfection is impossible to hit. If you think you're going to be perfect, you're already setting yourself up for failure. And really, the only time you're ever going to fail is when you do quit. So the next one is kind of like how to suffer well. So a lot of us, Christina Meff wrote a book called Self-Compassion. 3 things that she says will get you to grow as a person, not be so hard on yourself. And that's common humanity. We're all human. We all make mistakes. And knowing that. And it's not just you. If you're going through a difficult time, it's not just you that's going through a difficult time. There's so many other humans that are going through the same thing. Being kind to yourself. Kindness is number 2. And that compassion to yourself. And then mindfulness. Number 1, common humanity. Just remember that we're all human. And it's a common experience and everybody's going through it. I wrote this down. So Mr. Rogers, you know who Mr. Rogers is, right?
Oh, good old Mr. Rogers.
April 1979. He wrote this. He says, I am kidding to myself to be able to write a script again. Am I really just whistling and Dixon? I wonder. If I don't get down to it, I will never really know. Why can't I trust myself? He says. Really, what is it all about? I have to go through this agony of creating again. After all these years is just as bad as ever. He writes that in big caps. After all these years of him writing is just as difficult and as hard as ever. So he says, I wonder if every creative artist goes through this, the tortures of the damned, try to create. Oh well, hour has cometh, And now it's time for me to do what I need to do and get it done. He says, go get it, Freddie. Go get it. Get it done. He says, don't let anybody ever tell you that it's ever easy. So here is somebody who's famous, who's very successful, and he's trying to write a script and it's difficult and it's pushing him to the limits. 2 weeks later, he writes to himself, wow, I'm spreading the word. I'm getting this across to people. My message is getting out there. So he put in the work, even though it's difficult, he pushed himself through the challenges. So that's something that you need to remind yourself as well when you are going through it, when you're deep in it, because everybody's deep in it, no matter what level they're at, right?
Yeah, you're not alone.
And then kindness, treating yourself the way you would treat your beloved child if they got hurt or injured. And be kind to yourself and don't beat yourself up. I'm stupid, or man, I'm never going to do this. This is too hard for me, right? Treat yourself with kindness like you would treat your son or your daughter who got hurt. And it goes a long way.
Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you're on top of every single vlog I drop here on this YouTube channel. If you're looking for exclusive content, please click the very first link you see in the description below. Join the Trap Talk Patreon family. As soon as you join the Patreon family, you get a link to the Discord, which will tap you in with over 165 trappers. I'll catch you guys here next week, and I'm out. Cheers!